Hello, hello, hello. Today we're up here. For the longest time, have talked about making this video, but never gotten around to do it. And I feel like it's very stupid to go through this today because I'm sick. My energy is quite low, and we're gonna go through the entire Mastery system. And we're going to go through, while we go through them, we're gonna click through all of them. And then we're also going to sort of like on certain nodes, we're gonna hold up a little bit, go like, wait a second, that could be good there. This could be good on that champion, etc, etc. So yeah, the reason why I want to do this video is for two reasons. First one is I use Hell Hades. I don't know what all these things do. So I go to Hell Hades and copy a build and boom, that's it. So, in short terms, we don't use our brain, when we should. Especially like when because I like theory crafting and doing stuff on our own and actually using brain instead of using someone else's strategies and just going for that. Besides that, I don't think I'm alone in this. I think a lot of people don't really know all the sort of nodes here and what they do. So, without further ado, let's go through it. Some of these we're just gonna, skip kind of because they're very straightforward. And some others we're gonna dive further into. Okay, before that, water. Okay, let's go start with the offense. First one, Blade Disciple. That's plus 75 attack, pretty straightforward. That would be on like an attack champion. The crit rate is always nice if we're going for like 100% crit rate. Never above it, or below it, or and above it. Heart of Glory increases damage inflicted by 5% when attacking with full HP. Okay, so combined with Marbara, I guess, and Palas. That's kind of nice because you do more damage. But as soon as you're, less than 100%, it's kind of yikes, I guess. Okay, so I don't think I like this one. Because how often are you full HP in PvP? Okay. Crit damage. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of obvious for anyone who goes with crit rates. Shield Breaker increases damage inflicted to shield buffs on targets by 25%. Really strong. Then we have Grim Resolve, increases damage inflicted by 5% when attacking with 50% HP or less. That's also more PvP, I feel like. This one is like, if you're 99% health, this is not going to work. Only at 100%. I don't like that. Single Outs, increases damage inflicted to targets with less than 40% HP by 8%. Wait, what? Increases damage inflicted to targets with less than 40% HP by... Okay, so increases damage by 8%. Okay. Then we have Life Drinker, heals by 5% of damage inflicted when attacking with 50% HP or less. It's a lot of HP based stuff with this. Increases speed by 6 for each enemy killed by this champion. Stacks across each round in a battle up to 18 speed. No, I feel like this is more of a PvE thing. PvP... No, I wouldn't go for this with PvP. Like, maybe Sanguine Maria would like this ability, for example, but... yeah, feels... okay. Ruthless Ambush increases damage inflicted by 8% for the first hit on each enemy. That could be nice on like Tachyon. That's really nice. But it's also, you do it once and then, so go first teams. I guess this is really nice with ally attackers. Oh my god, yeah, dude, nice. Okay, I like it. Bring it down, increases damage inflicted by 6% when attacking targets with higher max HP. PvE, right? PvE. Not that it's doing anything wrong with that. Man, I consider myself more of a PvE person than PvP. I know that sounds crazy. Anywho. Increases damage inflicted by 5% for each dead ally. Stacks up to 10%. That's kind of nice for Tachyon, I guess. Because he finds himself in situations where he is alone on the battlefield. Has a 30% chance of decreasing the cooldown of a random skill by 1 turn if the damage inflicted by a skill exceeds 30% of the target's max HP. Occurs once per turn. Ooh, that's also nice with Tachyon. Oh, just with the merciless and everything, you just keep going and going and going. Opportunist increases damage inflicted to targets with stun, sleep, fear, true fear, freeze, petrification, debuffs by 12%. This is one. Okay. On Tachyon, that's kind of nice, I guess, because you do stun with him. Doesn't always land though. Works well with Fabian, and plus a damage dealer. Cool. Methodical increases damage inflicted by the champion's default skill by 2% each time it is used during battle. Stacks across each round in a battle up to 10%. Okay, yeah, nice. Kill streak increases damage inflicted by 6% in arena and siege battles, and 3% in all other locations. For each enemy killed by this champion in battle. Stacks across each round in a battle up to 12%. Does this count these things? Like if someone gets revived, does it still count as a kill? Or does it get removed? It would be weird if it got removed. Blood Shield places a shield buff on this champion for 1 turn when this champion kills an enemy, except boss minions. The value of the shield is equal to 15% of this champion's max HP, occurs once per turn. Interesting, but I don't see where we would fuse it actually. Stoked to Fury increases damage inflicted by 4% for each debuff on this champion, stacks up to 12%. Increases damage inflicted by 4% for each debuff on this. That's kind of PvP, I feel like. Then we have the War Master, which is kind of famous in PvE. You use it a lot of the times, most of the times, if not all the time. Has a 60% chance of inflicting bonus damage when attacking. Bonus damage is equal to 10% of the target's champion's max HP, or 4% of the target's max HP when attacking bosses. Bonus damage can only occur once per skill and does not count as an extra hit. Yeah, damage based on enemy max HP. Really nice. Then we have Helm Smasher. Has a 50% chance of ignoring 25% of the target's defense. For skills that ignore defense, this 25% is in addition to the amount ignored. That's nice that it's clarified. Yeah, again, Tachyon. Also Gaspard. Dude, when reading these ones, I'm like, I wonder if I have them on like Gaspard and stuff like that. I have to go back and check. Giant Slayer has a 30% chance of inflicting bonus damage when attacking. Bonus damage is equal to 7.5% of target's max target's champion's max HP, or 3% of target's max HP when attacking bosses. Bonus damage can occur on each hit of a skill, but does not count as an extra hit enemy max HP. What's the difference between that and this? Has a 60% chance of inflicting bonus damage when attacking, bonus equal 10%. Equal to 10%, okay. 30% equal to 7.5%. What the fuck? Wait a second, wait. I'm gonna do this. I need to compare these. Dude. When reading, it feels like Giant Slayer is just a shittier version of War Master. And if that's the case, why the fuck would you want to use this one with Giant Slayer? Has a 30% chance, has a 60% chance of inflicting bonus damage when attacking. Okay, that sentence as a whole is the same. Bonus damage is equal to 10% of the target's champion's max HP, okay? Bonus damage is equal to 7.5% of the target's max HP, or 3% of the target's max HP when attacking bosses. Or 4% of the... Okay. Bonus damage can only occur per... Dude. Someone please explain this to me. Am I so stupid? This has a higher chance, and there's more damage. What the fuck? Guys? Please explain if you know. This makes no sense at all. Enemy max HP. Enemy max HP. Enemy. What the frick? Because you can only use one of these, right? You can't go for both of these, or can you? See that this is how. No, this is only one. Oh, this is not even done. Yikes. That's only one. That's only one. What? Okay. Okay. That makes no sense to me. You can't pick both. You can pick one. Why the frick would you ever want to pick Giant Slayer? I don't know. Flawless execution, crit damage 20%. Man, you can get that on gear. I feel like you have some more. Well, this is more all the time. This is some of the time, I guess. Okay, a little bit of a water break, and I want to Google this. What is the difference between War Master and Giant Slayer? I should probably specify raid. Okay, hold on. In games like Raid Shadowlands, a War Master provides 60% chance to deal bonus damage once per skill, while Giant Slayer gives a 30% chance to deal once per skill used. Deal bonus damage on each individual hit within a skill. Yeah, there are there are Reddit posts about this. Oh, yeah, I'm not alone in this. Okay. Alright. Well, I guess that makes kind of sense. But I feel some of these abilities should be stated way better than they are. Let's go into the defense tree, shall we? We have 75 defense. We have 10 resilience. We have decreased damage received from AoE attacks by 5%. Nice if you're going up against someone like Tection. A lot of these are like related to Tection. Increases the amount of healing and the value of shield buffs this champion receives by 5%. Receives, okay. Decreases damage received by 10% if the champion has a stun. Nice. Good for PvP. It can happen. Decreases damage received by this champion by 8% when this champion is hit with a critical hit. That's also very nice. Shadow Heal heals this champion by 6% of their max HP each time an enemy is healed. Okay. Has a 50% chance to remove one random debuff from this champion when they lose 25%. Okay. Resurgent. Yeah, that's kind of decent. Heals this champion by 10% of their max HP when they kill an enemy target. Okay, that explains why we get some heals sometimes when we kill champions. Has a 30% chance of placing a block debuffs buff on this champion for one turn when stun, sleep, fear, true fear, freeze, petrification debuffs expire on this champion. Increases ally rest by 5 for each buff placed on them by this champion. If you okay, I kind of like this. If you want to build a lot of resilience on your team, but everyone in your team going for this, maybe, I don't know. Reduces damage this champion receives from a specific enemy by 0.5% with each hit taken from that enemy. Damage reduction stacks up to 6% for each enemy. Okay. Has a 60% chance of placing a leech debuff for one turn when placing a leech in PvP. I don't see. I mean, in PvE, that's not one. There is. No, I don't like that one. There's other ways you can put leech on shit, you know what I mean? Increases resilience by 10 for each debuff on this champion. Yeah, I don't like... I guess it is a defensive thing. I would rather it be the buffs you have. Because you don't ever want to aim to get debuffs on you. But I guess it increases chances of you, like, resisting some buffs when you have a lot of them on you. But the idea is to cleanse them off as quick as possible, you know what I mean? Oh! Selfless Defender. Decreases the damage an ally receives from the first enemy hit in each round by 20%. This champion will receive that damage instead. Who the hell do you want this on? This is a dangerous one. You really need to be careful with this one, I think. Cycle of Revenge has a 50% chance of increasing the turn meter by 15% when an ally is attacked with a critical hit. Will only increase the turn meter once if an ally receives multiple critical hits from a single skill. I guess it's okay, but yeah, some of these are just really kind of mid. Has a 50% chance to counterattack when this champion moves to... I like this on Tachyon. A lot of this is on Tachyon. Has a 20% chance to counterattack an enemy when they apply on an ally. Okay. Yeah, because this makes no sense. I'm like, okay, has 20% to counterattack? Okay, but if you're getting stunned, then how the fuck are you going to counterattack? But it's on another enemy. Okay. Iron Skin, 200 defense. When would you ever use this? Okay. Bulwark decreases the damage all allies receive by 5%. This champion will receive the damage instead. Oof, okay. Increases the chance of taking a stun, sleep, freeze, fear, true fear, provoke, or sheep debuff from skills or artifacts by 5%. Okay. I'm not a big fan of the bottom tier here. It's kind of meh, I feel like. Alright, a little bit of a water break before we go into the support. Here we go. 810 HP. Max HP, okay. Accuracy 10. Then we have Lay on Hands. That's a World of Warcraft skill from Paladins. Increases the value of heals this champion cast by 5%. Oh, so okay, hold on. Lay on Hands would be really nice then on a champion like this, Lady of Irith, that we recently got. A big healer, apparently according to one of you guys, the best healer in the game, apparently, or one of the best. Okay, let's go into this again. Shield Bearer. Increase the value of shield buffs this champion casts by 5%. It could be nice on, for example, Gaspard, I guess. Exalt in Death. Heals this champion by 10% of their max HP the first time an enemy is killed in each round. Charge Focus increases accuracy by 20 when this champion has no skills on cooldown. Counterproductive, big time, I feel like. Because then my question is, what kind of support or what kind of champion has a really strong A1 and is not relying on the rest of his kit? Which is just a stupid question to ask in the first place, I feel like. I don't like this one. Healing Savior. Increases the amount of healing and the value of shield buffs placed by this champion by 10% if the target ally has 40% HP or less. Really good on Fae Weather. That one that plays a bunch of shields. Rapid Response is 30% chance of increasing the turn meter by 10% when a buff cast by the champion is removed or expires. Swarm Smiter increases accuracy by 4 for each enemy alive, stacks up to 16. Then we have Arcane Celerity. It has a 30% chance of increasing the turn meter by 10% when a debuff cast. Merciful Aid increases the amount of healing and the value of shield buffs placed by this champion by 15% of the target ally has a stun, sleep, Okay. Cycle of Magic has a 5% chance of decreasing the cooldown of a random skill by 1 turn. Start of every turn? Ooh. It's 5%. 5% makes it feel like it sounds nice, but like you want a really fast champion in order for this to do any sort of use, I feel like. Lore of Steel increases the base stat bonuses of all artifact sets. Oh my god. That increases base stats by 15%. This increases multiplicative and not additive. Okay. Evil Light decreases the target's turn meter when this champion hits them with the default skill for the first time. Decreases the turn meter by 20% with a single target skill, and by 5% with an AoE skill. Curse once per target. Nice. Kind of like that one. Lasting Gifts has a 30% chance to extend the duration of any buff cast by this champion by 1 turn. Okay, it will not extend. Oh man, come on. Increase speed by 8 for each dead ally. Stacks up to 24. I don't like the whole dead ally thing. Increase the chance of placing any debuff from skills or artifacts by 5%. It will not increase the chance of placing them. Okay. Master Hexer has a 30% chance to extend the duration of any debuff cast by this champion by 1 turn. It will not extend. Decrease attacks, decrease armor, block buffs, hex, I guess. Yeah, Master Hex. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Max HP by 3000. Why the okay. Okay. Increase this champion's turn meter by 20% whenever an ally hero drops below 25%. Oppressor increased the turn meter fill rate by 2.5% for each active debuff cast by this champion. Stacks up to 10%. Increase the turn meter fill rate by 2.4. Active debuff cast by this champion. Increase the turn meter fill rate by 2.5% for each active debuff cast by the champion. Telena, maybe? Plus 50 accuracy. I get the feeling that a lot of people pick this one. Alright, well there we go. Have I become any smarter reading this? Honestly, reading all of this, it kind of makes me feel like, hold on. Kind of makes me feel like a lot of these needs to be better, and some of these just need to, like, I mean, okay, that one's okay, but like this one, and then they're the bottom ones. Like, they should be way better. I don't know. I will definitely try to use my brain a little bit more when using Masteries now and not going for cookie cutters. But yeah, because going, like, if I'm having the Masteries copy pasted from Hell Hades, but I'm gearing this guy completely different, then it can be counterproductive as hell. Guys, if you learned anything, let me know. And what do you guys think about the freaking Masteries? Me personally, I mean, some of them are nice, but I don't like the fact that, you know, when an ally dies, then something happens, or just increase flat stat. It's fine at the top, but at the bottom, come on, man. It needs to be better than that. I feel like it needs an update, big time. I post videos every day. If you like this sort of content, let me know with a like, subscribe, and other than that, see you guys next day.